Hey, good Sunday afternoon, everyone. This is Anna from HotOptionBabe.com. On the chart here, I have a screenshot of Google, which we did in the lounge for earnings this past Thursday. Earnings came out on Thursday night. Now, several people have emailed me and said, well, what made you go short? What made you bearish on Google? Well, first I'm going to go over the chart, okay, and then I'm going to go over how the trade I put on and then how I adjusted the trade to get such a good profit out of it. First of all, I looked at Google, looked at the daily, and I immediately thought head and shoulder. Okay, now many times your head will be higher than this, but you got to look at these bars as well. But it still consists of a head and shoulder pattern. Okay, then I also said the 10 crossed the 30 here. Coming down nicely here into a bear flag. Okay, so I decided right off the bat, well, I'm bearish on it. Just looking at the chart, it had bearish divergence on the histogram. You had your stochastics pointing down on the daily. Now there was no guarantees that Google was going to drop 40 some bucks on Friday, but I went with what my chart said, and then I decided, well, options expiration for April, the monthlies are Friday. So I'm going to do a butterfly, which is you buy one either call or put. For argument's sake, we're going to say we used all puts, of course, because that's what you do with butterflies. You buy and you sell this either calls or puts. So you buy one put by selling two the next strike, by one for protection. So it's 1 by 2 by 1. Okay, it's 1 by 2 by 1. So what I chose was the 540 put. I'm just going to use one for argument's sake. I sold one 550. I bought one 550 put. I sold two 540s, and I bought one 530 put. All puts for protection. If you look at the graph, it looks just like a butterfly. It looks like a butterfly. It's got the wing, it's got the body, and it's got a wing, okay? Now, a lot of people are a little bit intimidated by them because they sometimes they're not so easy to get out of. We paid 80 cents for them in the lounge. And I gave them the trade in the lounge, and not everybody took them, but many people took it. And lo and behold, Google opens up nicely down on Thursday night, not knowing exactly where we're going to go on Friday. I actually did my retracements, and I said, well, Google's going to pin anywhere between 530 and 540. That's what they like to do with expiration. They generally like to pin at round numbers. Doesn't always happen, but it happens a lot more than you would think it would. So I was going to go for either the 530 or the 540. Now, and when it opened, the trade was doing fantastic. I mean, just up. I think at one point it was at $5. We paid 80 cents for it. It was at $5, mind you. Even if we closed it right there, we would have been up minus our original investment 420%. That's in one day. It's an amazing thing you can do with options. So I decided, I'm pretty patient when it comes to doing these things. So what I ended up deciding to do was, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adjust out of this trade. And when that means I'm going to either buy back the 540s or sell this or buy that. So I'm going to leg in and out of what I think is going to happen. And what I thought would happen is I kept seeing that it couldn't sustain above 540, and it was actually a pivot, 541. And what I did is when it got to 541 on an intraday bounce, which was still pretty ugly, it was still down about 36 bucks. I bought back the April 540s. Yes, I paid more for them than I sold them for, but however, the 550s were just you know, just way making more money than the 540s were. So, but what I did was do that when Google's at 541, and by the end of the day, we were at 530. So you know that those were worth $20 because they were $20 in the money. So I closed them out at $19.40 each, and then I also sold the 530s for a couple bucks. So all in all, I still ended up with an 800% return on my investment. And I hope that anybody that wants any questions about that butterfly, just send me a email, info@hotoptionbabe.com. I'll be glad to help you with it. I am still bearish on Google at this point, I will tell you that. And I hope everybody has a great week and has a happy holidays coming up. The holidays coming up this week, so we're going to have a short week in the markets. Passover this week and Easter next weekend. So I will see you all in the blog, and I'm sure it's going to be a light volume week, so you can expect we're probably going to go higher. I'm getting ready to do another video on the E-minis here in just a second.